All right, guys, welcome back. We're gonna do finally issue number 4 of the Transformers. It's been a while since I've pre-ordered this, and now I finally got it. Made by Daniel Warren Johnson, Mike Spicer, Skybound Image. I must say I'm really enjoying this Transformers. It feels really like G1, like the original, and it's been a while since I've seen those cartoons. So without further ado, let's dive in. So if you want to know what's going on, watch my other 1, 2, 3 reviews on my channel, Darksiders Comics, subscribe and all that YouTube jazz. Will help me a lot. Anyway, so Starscream, his partner, Skywarp, is damaged. He says, help me. And he says, in time, my friend. But first, where did they go? Yeah, so it seems in the last issue, Optimus Prime's badly wounded. His arm's ripped off, or something like that. And and it seems that Sam is being shot. And of course, Starscream, wants to kill him, or them both, I guess. So he goes after them. I love the transformations. That's pretty fun. And but then Optimus is getting in contact with Ratchet, who's trying to, revive and help his comrades. But they don't have much energy on, so they cannot revive them. So he says, hey, Optimus, what's going on? I've taken major damage, he says. Human Spike is hurt. We need help. I like this the sound effect here. Really well done. I have some criticisms about Daniel Warren Johnson's art, but when it comes to some kinetic action that I'm going to show you a little bit later, it's pretty spot on. It's well done. I have it's not that I don't like it. It's more like, I don't know, there's something about it that throws me off all the time. But it's pretty fun at sometimes. Anyway, so Ratchet's to is going to save the day or something like that. Well, Spike's father's tried to keep his son alive. Starscream comes, and then we see Carly, I believe girlfriend. I still don't know if they're boyfriend, girlfriend. I believe girlfriend. Or maybe just friends, I don't know, comes in and rams into Starscream here. And, she's in Cliff Jumper's car form, I guess. And he drives over Starscream, right? And then Starscream is saying, Soundwave, send back up now! And then they go to the emergency, hospital. He transforms and people are panicking, and he says, please help my friend. They're being attacked by Decepticons, right? Like I said, it looks pretty cool. The action is really constant here. It ramps it up. It doesn't let down. What is this pose? And also these cool sound effects. I complained in the past about lack of sound effects. Now they are being bombarded in here. And I don't mind, actually. I mean, look at this. The sound effects really enhances certain panels. I mean, if you are, remove these sound effects, right? I mean, yeah, it feels different in my opinion, right? So Soundwave comes in and boots Optimus in the head. And then he says, Starscream says, wait! Why do we hesitate? Says he. This is where they fix the squishy ones. You're so pathetic, I can't even believe it. You bring these ants to a place to get repaired, says Starscream. And so they are trying to help Sam here. So he says, I think before you leave us, we should make your ending a little bit more painful by blasting the very place that can save your precious humans. He's also laughing. I like this. This pretty evil, right? I like this that he's going out and try to kill everyone in sight, and there's explosions going on, and like I said, sound effects, flames. It's just cool, and they just lost power, which is not good. Meanwhile, Jazz is coming in, and the Jazz is, like I said, this looks cool, right? There's a sense of urgency, sense of speed, and this boom sound effect, and yeah. But then, I don't know what he's doing here. It looks weird, and he also has a shotgun. I didn't know that Transformers have shotguns, and if it's a human shotgun, then it's pretty big, since, I don't know, humans are like so, right? So yeah, he shoots. Yeah, he's actually being very effective here. Also, wrestling moves again, and I heard from one of my subscribers, a couple of my subscribers, that Daniel Warren Johnson is a big wrestling fan, so that's probably the reason why he's doing so much wrestling moves in this comic. Still a little bit weird. I mean, robots doing wrestling moves, but I'll give it a pass, just because I have fun with it, and I like fun. You like fun, and so yeah, it looks a little bit weird as also. So then they are fleeing, right? And he says, "We are outnumbered. Soundwave, retreat, retreat." And I also like the fact that you're just shooting at them. And he says, "Carly, a Spike." And she doesn't respond. And then he looks down in the hospital it's not real good because of the power is off. What is it? Your son needs a breathing machine to keep him breathing, but one of these bastards is the backup generator. And with that gone, so Optimus looks in and he sees what's happening here, right? And then he decides to open his chest up and release the spark. And while Ratchet says, Optimus, no more death, Ratchet. Even if it comes at a price, no more death. And he uses the spark to power up the generators. And, it's come back online. And they are back in business, and they are, helping the wounded, right? He says, thank God, not God, think metal. Meanwhile, Soundwave is not all too happy. He says, "This marks the second time we have failed in our mission, if there even is a mission. No goals, no conquest, only destruction. Is all that you have in your mind, Starscream?" And yeah, of course, Starscream deflecting that, right? He says, "It isn't my fault. You can't repair our Teletran 1. We need bodies. Look at our brothers scattered here. Useless. We need fixing." And he also complains about he needs fixing too, because he's being dented and laser burns. So Soundwave says, "As was said before, we do not have the materials for such repairs. They only exist in Cybertronian technology." To rip their own comrades apart. Yeah, pretty gruesome. I like that. And then we have Spike. Is it Spike? Sam? Yeah, I believe Spike. He is reminiscing, and he's feeling guilty because he came from the war. He wants to get away all from the weirdness and the depression. So he went here to this town to give his son, a life. And then, I don't know, he doesn't see the good in people anymore, and he needs his son to remind him. I like this a little bit humanity in there, right? And then the sick boy is asking Optimus to, he says, "Hey, I heard you can change your truck. Is that true?" And he says, "Hey, can you show me?" And Optimus does that, although he's pretty busted up. Again, transformation looks great, right? And then, so he says to Optimus, "Did you save him, my son?" And he said, "It was not me." Basically, he says, it was the spark, right? And he says he's in a coma. Can you bring him back to me all the way? He says, "I cannot do it. There's nothing more. What happens now is up to the great spark." "You mean gods? Don't you fall in that category?" "Ha, because of my size? I could say the same of you, human." "What, me? I'm nothing like, come on, look at me, compared to you." "True, small, but still mighty." Yeah, nice writing. Meanwhile, a little bit later, Ratchet is fixing up the generator, and then he wants to talk about the Matrix, but, Optimus says, "Yeah, it'll be fine, Ratchet." Well, and Ratchet is pretty pissed off, and rightfully so. He says, "No, Optimus, it's not about the Matrix, it's about you. The Matrix channels the spirit of the host, and when it used it, it drains you. And when it's used, it drains you. And we need you. You could have used it to repair your broken body, help rebuild a fresh arm, but not anymore. There's nothing left after saving an innocent creature. What would you have me do, Ratchet? Let him die? We brought us here. They are innocent. They are not innocent. You saw what they did to Spike. One of their own. They're prone to anger and destruction. Just like us. So Jazz is also busted up. And so Ratchet acknowledged that they need Energon to repair all these, their friends and etc. But they don't have any. So he says, it's time to think for ourselves. If you die, we all die. And if we're gone, the Decepticons take over. And what will be left of humanity then, if they're even worth saving? Yeah, some harsh words, but I mean, Optimus needs to hear that, right? He needs to have a mirror in front of him. But then he says, they are worth saving, Ratchet. Everything is. Well, I can't heal you or anyone else for that matter until we find a way to get ourselves some energy. So, and then he says, hey, I got something in the back of the truck, right? And so he opens it and he says, no, Ratchet, I can use this. You are wounded and barely standing. We're the last of our kind, fighting for survival. We need this. We have no other choice. So, Sam, is this now? I was getting, who's now Sam and who's Spike? Spike is the son, right? And this Sam is Sam Witwicky. Maybe I'm confused. Says, hey, I got an idea about the Energon situation. And then we see Carly here having a moment with... all right, I forgot. Cliff Jumper, right? And he says that, Decepticons murdered his family, so he knows what it is to feel what she feels, right? So there's some kind of connection here, but then Optimus comes in and he says, hey, how do you feel with going on the offense? And he has the arm of Megatron. All right. So what happened to Megatron? I'm not entirely sure. I believe there is some interconnected storylines with the Cobra Commander. That series that I'm going to show you a little bit later here. Meanwhile, Starscream is ripping his fellow Decepticons in two. Victory, he says. I am the Decepticon leader today, tomorrow. And then we see, the leader of the Decepticons half frozen and broken somewhere here in the Arctic. Forever, he says. Yeah, nice. Some letters. This is part of the Cobra Commander, right? I need to get this. I heard some good things about it. Not a big fan of the arts, but, maybe the stories will be good. All right, guys, that's it for my review. There are some things that I don't like, but it's more like nitpicking, but because the story's pretty good. The action is really well. Like I said, it feels like OG Transformers, and I believe the creators have respect for the source material, which I appreciate and really like. They don't insert modern politics in it, which is also a big plus in my opinion. So yeah, therefore I'm going to collect this and, do a couple of reviews and see where this is going. Guys, let me know what you think about this comic and leave a comment below and, see you on the next video then. Bye-bye.